Hi there, my name is Peter and I will be your commentator for this test battle. Me and my clanmate from Titans have for this battle cavalry units of all kinds, and we also have one wet and one vanilla of each type. We are going to pit them against each other and test some interesting theories. We have chosen rice fields because it's a flat map and each cav fight is going to happen on the same spot on the map. We are fighting a good distance from the general's area of influence. First up is a 1 vs 1 of veteran Gradeguards. My unit has 2 upgrades for melee and defense, while his has 3 in attack and 1 in defense. We are going to use the same formations whenever possible to limit variables as much as possible. The whole reason why we are doing this is because it seems there are ways you can use cavalry that have not yet been fully explored, and also just to check up on that old friend of all Shogun 2 cavalry units, the charge bug. Okay, let's hear the drum roll. And my Gradeguard is off. Now let's see what's going to happen. I have just lost 18 on the charge and now another 15 in 1 second, while his unit lost only 2 men. 2 men! It's only now that I give the run order behind his units that I get almost 10 kills. But my unit is now completely wiped out. So not only did I lose the charge and lost 18 men because of it, but then I lost another 15. But from what? And then only when I told my units to stop fighting and run did I get any kills. Will somebody please explain this to me? Okay, now next up, Vanilla Gradeguard versus Vanilla Gradeguard and Katana versus Katana. And they're off! What will happen now? Now just watch the Gradeguards. I will play this again so we can see what happens to the Katana. After the initial charge, no men are lost, then a few more, and now there is only 30 left in the enemy Gradeguard. But when I ordered them to run, they melted down away, they lose all their men, and I lose only 11. So as you can see, even if you are losing, and when you are winning, you can inflict losses just by running through your enemy cavalry. Now let's see how did Katana Cav do. The Katana Cav lost a few men on the charge, and then begins losing men steadily. Until it falls down to less than 20, and after the run order, a few more men were lost. So basically my Katana Cav lost, but because of what? That I do not know. But it definitely could not have been the difference in charge, because at the charge moment I lost about 5 men, but now the enemy still has about 10 more men than I do. Now let's see what will happen with 2 vetted Yari cavalries. His has only 2 upgrades in the attack, while mine has 2 upgrades in the attack and also 1 upgrade in defense. Now again, as with the Gradeguard vets, I lose on the charge, this time 13 men, and then again in 1 second another 11 men. It is only after I give the order to run that I start killing the enemy and get 22 kills. But I lose almost as much and my unit is finished. So at the moment I'm 0 for 2 when we are charging cavalry bets at each other. Now let's see what will happen when we charge at each other with Vanilla Yari cavalry. Remember that I won the Vanilla Gradeguard versus Gradeguard. Now again with the vanilla units, I win the charge and kill off 23 of his men, while losing only 9. It is only when he gives the run order do I suddenly start losing men. But just as I did with my vet Yari Cav, so does he with the vanilla, loses many men as I do, and his unit is finished. Now the next 2 matchups are Light Cav versus a Katana Cav vet, and another Light Cav versus another Katana Cav vet. My Katana Cavalry has upgraded charge, morale and melee attack, while his only the melee attack. Both Vanilla Light Cavalries do very good on the charge and do not lose many horsemen, but once Katana Cavs get orders to run, they just melt away. My Katana Cav does just a bit better. Strange how bonus to charge works better than attack in this situation. He loses 32 Katana cavalrymen at the end, while I lose 21. Now next up is Bow Cavalry vs Naginata Cav, Vet vs Vet, and Vanilla vs Vanilla. He has upgraded melee defense and charge bonus. On the charge, both of my cavalries lose, but the one against his Naginata Cav that has extra charge bonus loses just a few more men. But now look at the Bow Cav unit cards. That is my discovery for you today, shown clear as daylight. The unit of Naginata Cav that ran through the Bow Cav finished it 3 times faster. So that is my big discovery. You don't even have to fight with your Cav, you can just run through the enemy Cav after the initial charge and kill them even faster. Now, is it a bug or the way the game works? That is disputable. Now we are going to fight 2 light Cav veterans. Mine has upgraded melee attack, charge and morale, while his has speed, melee attack and morale. I win in the charge by only a few men because of my upgraded charge bonus, and we both click the run order for our units. Now an interesting thing happens, because units stop losing men. They stop killing each other as they both have the run order. But when he stopped running and attacked again, he managed to kill a few of my units. Now we are going to take a moment to reform the lines, and then we are going to charge at each other again. 35 of my light cav versus 33 of his light cav. My light cav loses only 2 men, but completely destroys his cav on the charge. But once we both give the order to run, his 5 remaining light cav all stay alive. Now for some interesting fights. Fire Cav versus what is left of my Vanilla Yari Cav and a Katana Cav Vet. He is charging at my Katana Cav Vet. You can see that both of my cavalry units lost the charge and more than a few men. But what is important is to notice that even though his unit encircled mine, there are no flank or back attack morale penalties. Also, he is again going to give the run order behind my cavalry units, and they will lose the rest of their men in only a few short seconds. Next up are my vetted light cavalry and vanilla Gradeguard against his vetted Gradeguard. I was a bit late with my light cav, so it was Gradeguard versus Greyguard. My Gradeguard doesn't lose a single horseman, but manages to take down 21 of the enemy's vetted Gradeguard, and after the charge I click the run order behind his Gradeguard. My light cav does a few kills themselves, while my Gradeguard finally loses 1 horseman while it is running away. Now we reset, and my light cav vet is going against his Gradeguard vet. My unit has 19 men, he has 21 men, and his unit has 3 times better stats. My light cav just lost 1 man on the charge, while his Gradeguard lost 9 men. How is that even possible? Please don't ask me. After a few seconds I start losing men, but now both units are wavering, and my light cav just routed a Gradeguard that costs 1400, while my light cav costs only 500. Now the final battle, his vetted 55 man Naginata monk cav versus my vanilla 41 man Gradeguard. They clash, and at the moment of impact I lose only 1 Gradeguard while he loses 19 monks. He gives the run order behind my Gradeguard and gets a few more kills, while his unit gets totally finished off. Well, that is the end of part 1 of this cavalry special. Stay tuned for part 2, where we will show how effective is the run order against infantry.